Remember when Cooper and TARS take a plunge into the black hole Gargantua? Somehow, he made his way back, and humanity survived. But in reality, you can't survive a trip through a black hole. And if that massive gravitational pull is centered around the Earth, that's just some bad news. NASA's recent warning about the black hole's position could be devastating. Join us as we discuss the cataclysmic event that could change the course of human history forever. Will we be able to survive this ominous force, or is this the end of humanity as we know it? NASA has just unveiled the existence of a strong gravitational pull wreaking havoc across the vast expanses of the universe. This runaway black hole is on the loose, tearing through intergalactic space at breakneck speed. As per NASA, it moves so fast that it could make a trip from Earth to the Moon in a mere 14 minutes. The supermassive black hole has left behind an ominous trail of stars, a haunting contrail that spans a staggering 200,000 light-years. If it's hard for you to track how huge that is, think of twice the size of our own Milky Way galaxy. To be fair, it's pretty hard to wrap your head around the cosmic threats that can change the course of our planet. Since most of our knowledge is a mix-and-match combo of scientific knowledge and Christopher Nolan movies, details can get a little sketchy. But all things considered, black holes are bad news. In case you have been uninterested in the lives of black holes, let us enlighten you about them so you can start worrying about this supermassive threat that's on the loose. Scientists are still hard at work trying to find out the truth behind the existence of these behemoths. According to some, when a massive cloud of gas collapses under its own weight, it gives birth to a black hole. We are speaking cosmically colossal here, like up to 100,000 times the mass of the Sun. But according to others, when a huge star dies and goes into a supernova, the remaining mass of this fallen giant, if substantial enough, collapses in on itself under the crushing force of its gravity. And what emerges from this cosmic dance of destruction? A black hole, a mysterious void that's 5 to 50 times the mass of our very own Sun. But no matter how they come into being, these black holes are fearsome and awe-inspiring. They are monstrous entities characterized by an insatiable appetite for gas and dust, which they swallow up with a gravitational pull so strong that not even light can escape. Black holes are the ultimate force of gravity, pulling in everything that comes within their reach, from stars to entire galaxies. And yet, despite all of our efforts to understand them, these cosmic phenomena remain shrouded in mystery, hiding their secrets behind a veil of darkness that not even the most advanced technology can penetrate. If anything, scientists have observed explosions of light from black holes whenever they consume a star. You see, when an unfortunate star gets close to the gravitational pull of the holes, there's no escape. The gravitational grasp of these cosmic bodies is so strong that it's able to rip through a star's physical makeup of gases. And the radiation that this phenomenon emits is so dangerous that no human being can survive in its vicinity or any other star. But that's not all. Black holes also push into the gas in front of them, creating a narrow corridor of new star formation. At the very end of this galactic column lurks a remarkably bright knot of ionized oxygen, marking the black hole's final frontier. According to Peter Van Dockum of Yale University, what we're witnessing is the aftermath of the black hole's wake. The enigma deepens as scientists struggle to decipher the mystery behind the black hole's wake. Is it the result of gas being shocked and heated from its supersonic motion, or could it be the accretion disk around the black hole causing a deadly radiation storm? The gas in front of the black hole gets shocked and heated due to its unimaginable velocity. But the details of this cosmic carnage are shrouded in obscurity. The universe works in mysterious ways, and so does serendipity. It led the intrepid astronomers to uncover a celestial secret beyond their wildest imagination. This extraordinary event is so rare that even NASA stumbled upon it accidentally, courtesy of the Hubble Space Telescope. Van Dockum himself was on the hunt for globular star clusters in a nearby dwarf galaxy when he chanced upon the invisible monster's trail of stars. The sheer brightness and uniqueness of this galactic spectacle are quite astonishing, says Van Dockum. But what did he think it was? A measly cosmic ray hitting the camera detector and causing a linear imaging artifact. How simple could it have been? But wait, it gets more intriguing. Even after eliminating cosmic rays, the enigmatic streak remained, defying all explanation. It was like nothing Van Dockum and his team had ever seen before, fueling their curiosity and compelling them to dig deeper. Thus, they embarked on a perilous journey of spectroscopy with the W.M. Keck observatories in Hawaii, where they finally unraveled the mystery. And perhaps it's one of the most enlightening discoveries NASA will ever make on the subject of bizarre cosmic phenomena of the black holes. Not to mention, we're glancing into the prehistoric notions of our universe and how it came into existence. The players? Not one, not two, but three massive black holes engaged in a game of galactic billiards unlike any other. It all began when two galaxies merged, bringing together their respective supermassive black holes at their centers. But that was just the beginning. A third galaxy entered the fray, its own supermassive black hole, adding to the already chaotic and unstable configuration. It was like a cosmic version of the old saying, "Two's company and three's a crowd." And in this crowded space, the forces at play were too much to bear. The result? A runaway black hole weighing as much as 20 million suns, tearing through the universe, leaving behind a trail of newborn stars in its wake. But for Earth, the problem doesn't end here. In a startling revelation, a team of international astronomers has uncovered a galaxy that has defied all classification norms, PBC J233. 9, located a mind-boggling 657 light-years away, has proven to be a giant amongst galaxies, stretching a staggering 4 million light-years across. PBC J233. 9 has undergone a classification transformation of cosmic proportions, literally. Previously categorized as a radio galaxy, this mammoth space entity has now been deemed a giant radio galaxy with a blazar at its core. And what's a radio galaxy, you may ask? It is a fascinating phenomenon where a galaxy emits giant regions of radio waves that extend far beyond its visible structure. These powerful radio lobes are fueled by the jets emanating from its active galactic nucleus. But that's not all. It has a blazar in its core. Blazars, as we all know, are the stuff of legends. Active galactic nuclei with relativistic jets traveling close to the speed of light, made up of charged particles moving at velocities close to the speed of light. This jet is a force to be reckoned with. It's a sight so powerful that it can cause the emission of radiation across the entire electromagnetic spectrum, sending shock waves through the very fabric of space and time. These objects are so incredibly powerful that they could make even the bravest of astronauts quiver in their space boots. And this blazar, in PBC J233. 9 is not just any blazar. This active galactic nucleus, aka AGN, has a relativistic jet, traveling at lightning-fast speeds directed right towards us. What does this mean, you ask? Well, the emission from this blazar jet is off the charts, exceeding that of the rest of the galaxy by far. These high-intensity flares are so powerful that they have changed the galaxy's classification entirely. The enigmatic galaxy, PBC J233. 9 has been the subject of intense scrutiny by a team of dedicated astronomers who used every tool at their disposal to uncover its secrets. Their arsenal included radio, optical, infrared, X-ray, ultraviolet, and gamma-ray telescopes spanning the entire electromagnetic spectrum. It's almost as if they were on a mission to crack some cosmic code. The data was collected from various sources, including the German 100 mm radio telescope at Effelsberg, the Yale University 1.3 m SMARTS optical telescope, and the Penn State Neil Gehrels Swift Observatory. The team then used alerts, also known as automatic learning for the Rapid Classification of Events project in Chile, which provided data from the Zwicky Transient Facility and the Asteroid Terrestrial Impact Last Alert System to compare the properties of PBC J233. 9 with other galaxies. After analyzing the data, the team came to a shocking conclusion. the bright blazer home in the core of PBCJ 233. 9 is surrounded by 2 lobes in the outer regions of the jet, but these lobes are relics of past radioactivity and are no longer being fed by the emission from the nucleus. It's as if the galaxy has a dark secret buried in its past, and the AGN no longer drives the lobes as seen in typical radio galaxies. The mystery surrounding the drastic change in the direction of the jets in PBCJ 233. 9 has left the team of astronomers puzzled. Could it have been a cosmic prank merged with another galaxy, or some sort of galactic midlife crisis? The team has yet to come up with a definitive answer, but here's where it gets dark. The researchers have uncovered something truly remarkable. The jet has changed direction, making a dramatic angle of up to 90 degrees. This once-in-a-lifetime event has seen the jet transform from being perpendicular to our line of sight to pointing directly towards us. And not just any jet, mind you, but one made of elemental charged particles moving at near light speeds. These particles dance around a magnetic field, causing radiation to be emitted across the entire electromagnetic spectrum. It's a sight to behold, and in PBCJ 233. 9. The jet is believed to originate from or near the supermassive black hole at its center. That's right. We're talking about a black hole that's so massive, it's creating a jet of charged particles that can be seen from millions of light years away. With the jet pointing straight at us, the emission is even stronger, outshining everything else in the galaxy. It's like a cosmic spotlight shining down on us, revealing secrets we never knew existed. High-intensity flares are erupting from PBCJ 233. 9, unlike anything seen before in other radio galaxies. So how big of a threat is this supermassive black hole? The universe, vast and infinite as it may be, is teeming with black holes that could swallow the entire world whole. However, take heart in the fact that the chances of a black hole obliterating our dear planet are minuscule, to say the least. With a whopping 400 billion stars in the Milky Way, the colossal distances between them are so great that the odds of a black hole coming anywhere near us are next to nil. Despite their elusiveness, we know that black holes are not a separate species, but are born from the ashes of dead stars, and this is where our universe gets poetic. They are basically the offspring of our universe, and their physics and motion are identical to those of the stars that gave birth to them. Some argue that primordial black holes might exist, but there's no empirical evidence to support their claims, and theoretical roadblocks largely impact our knowledge too. Thus, we can assume that the 2 most common ways of making a black hole in the universe are through the collapse of massive stars or the collision of neutron stars, as we discussed before. But don't be fooled by their rarity, for black holes are truly formidable cosmic entities. Only 1 in 800 stars can produce a black hole with a mass greater than 3 times that of the Sun, but not more than a few hundred times. Even though the supermassive black holes in the center of galaxies are far away, they still command our attention with their immense gravitational pull. Meanwhile, the collision of neutron stars observed by gravitational wave detectors, like LIGO and Virgo, may account for some black holes on the lower end of the mass spectrum. It turns out that despite there being a whole bunch of black holes out there in the universe, the chances of one of them colliding with Earth are incredibly small. We're talking about only a 1 in 40 billion chance over the entire history of our planet. And even with each passing year, the odds only increase to about 1 in 10 circumflex 20, which is like winning the lottery jackpot 3 times in a row. But it's not just collisions that you have to worry about. These cosmic voids can wreak havoc on your entire existence if you happen to get too close to a black hole. Prepare to have your orbit gravitationally wrecked, or worse yet, get consumed by them. The tidal forces of a black hole can shred a planet apart entirely, leaving nothing but spaghetti-like remnants in its wake. But don't worry, this would only happen if a black hole were to get remarkably close to Earth. How close, you ask? Well, it would have to come within about 10 astronomical units of the Earth to compete with the gravitational force of the Sun. That's not too bad, right? Except for the fact that this would only happen once in every 400 million years, give or take. Even if one were pointed directly at us, its gravitational effects on our planet would be negligible. And let's not forget that black holes do not emit any light or radiation that could harm us. But what if, by some mysterious force, a supermassive black hole started coming towards Earth? If it did happen, it would take millions of years for it to approach us, giving us plenty of time to prepare and take action. As the black hole gradually got closer, it would appear as a distant point of light in the sky, much like a star, and its cosmic moves would be too obvious for us to notice. First up, the black hole can whip up some strong gravitational lensing. Think of it as a cosmic optical illusion, where any hapless object caught in its path has its light bent, stretched, and distorted beyond recognition. It's like looking through a funhouse mirror, but with actual science and none of the fun. But that's just the beginning. The black hole can also unleash its weak gravitational lensing, a subtler but equally sinister trick. Here, background objects that are supposed to look normal and untouched suddenly have their shapes warped in a way that would never happen naturally. It's like reality is being twisted and warped like a cheap pretzel. Yet, there's more to the story. The black hole can also bust out its microlensing move. Instead of just darkening a background star like a chump, the black hole instead amplifies its light, causing a temporary but crazy brightening. It's like a cosmic strobe light flashing on and off in a way that would make any astrophysicist break out in a cold sweat. And the worst part? Even if the black hole itself is invisible, its malevolent presence will be unmistakable. And as it got even closer, its tidal forces would start to affect our planet, causing it to deform and stretch out into an elongated shape. But the real danger would come when the black hole's gravity became strong enough to tear the Earth apart. This would happen well before the black hole actually made contact with our planet. The Earth's material would be gradually sucked into the black hole's event horizon, the point of no return beyond which nothing can escape its gravity. While this scenario is highly unlikely, if it were to happen, it would certainly be the end. So for now, we are only facing the face of the cannon. We are yet to face a threat to alarm the masses. But this isn't the only threat coming towards Earth. A colossal 58-foot asteroid is hurtling towards Earth at an alarming speed of 28,119 kilometers per hour. Brace yourselves for impact, or not, because NASA has assured us that the near-Earth object known as Apollo-class asteroid 2023 HU4 is not expected to collide with our planet. And let's just say NASA doesn't exactly have a plethora of good news for us. Another asteroid, 2023 HK3, is also approaching us with a diameter ranging from 6.9 to 15 meters. These space rocks are not to be taken lightly, as they are remnants of our solar system's early formation, made of rocks or metals. These rocky remnants from the early formation of our solar system are like the wild children of the universe, each with its unique features and quirks. Some are massive, while others are as small as pebbles. Some are made of rocks, while others have clays or metals like nickel and iron. What will happen when these intergalactic visitors reach Earth's vicinity? Only time will tell. But it's about time you invest in a space station. The possibility that Earth could be at a higher risk of asteroid impact than we ever imagined. James Garvin, the Goddard Space Flight Center chief scientist, has sounded the alarm bells and revealed some shocking information. Apparently, 4 colossal asteroids have struck our planet with enough force to blow off part of the atmosphere over 1 million years. These massive space rocks are predicted to strike only once every 600,000 to 7 million years. That's right. The universe is playing a game of Russian roulette with our fate, and we're none the wiser. Garvin and his team analyzed data from several Earth-observing satellites to examine 4 impact craters and made a bone-chilling discovery. Previous research had misread their findings, and the impacts would have resulted in an explosion 10 times more powerful than the largest nuclear bomb in history, leading to a mass extinction. Oh, and did we mention what Valentine's Day may have in store for you? Another asteroid, the size of an Olympic pool. is set to strike our beloved planet on Valentine's Day in the year 2046, with a chance of collision calculated at 1 in 625 by the European Space Agency and 1 in 560 by NASA. This ominous space rock, known as the Valentine asteroid or 2023 DW, has been ranked as 1 out of 10 on the Torino Impact Hazard Scale. These guys just don't rest, do they? Although the Jet Propulsion Laboratory assures us that there is no need to panic and that the collision possibility is highly unlikely, the experts from the U.S. Space Agency warn that the situation could quickly take a turn for the worse. A navigation engineer at the Jet Propulsion Laboratory nonchalantly brushes off the threat. But who knows what lurks in the darkness of space? The ominous asteroid looms over us, and the analysis and data being carried out could change the fate of our planet. As NASA's Asteroid Watch ominously warns on Twitter, often when new objects are first discovered, it takes several weeks of data to reduce the uncertainties and adequately predict their orbits years into the future. The Center for Near-Earth Object Studies warns that early observations of the asteroid dubbed 2023 DW indicate a high probability of collision with our beloved planet. Its uncertain orbit and limited observation sets make it a ticking time bomb hurtling towards us with deadly force. But there is a glimmer of hope. As more observations are gathered, the threat level may decrease. The asteroid, measuring a colossal 160 feet in diameter, is set to make 10 passes by Earth, with the closest encounter predicted on the 14th of February 2046. Valentine's Day no less, but don't be fooled by the distance. At a speed of 15.5 miles per second, this asteroid is a force to be reckoned with. According to NASA's Eyes on Asteroids website, the asteroid will come within a mere 1.1 million miles of our planet. And with a one-loop cycle around the Sun every 271 days, it's hard to predict what its next move will be. NASA scientist Varnokia stresses the urgency of the situation, highlighting the success of the DART mission in September 2022, which intentionally collided with a spacecraft to alter its course. It's a clear sign that we must be prepared for any disaster that may come our way. So, time to plan the perfect date? With the cosmos conspiring against us, what are your 2 cents on this situation? Join the discussion below. Anyways, that's all we've got for today's video. If you liked it and want to see more, drop a like and consider subscribing. See you in the next one.